Listen. Okay, what? What you talking about? What you talking about? What you talking about? What you talking about, Willis? Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh? Yeah.
Got him! Got him! Welcome to Hood Talk. This is your boy, Mr. Know-It-All, and I'm here with the lovely Miss Bella, ready to get the show started. Drop them keys over here, so I won't get in there. Well, let us know what's up. What's up? Talk to us.
Well, hello, Mr. Know-It-All, and this is Memorial Day. But before we get started with this show, don't forget to subscribe to Marcus Honeysucker on YouTube and Mr. Know-It-All on Facebook. If you want to send him some love, there is the information to share the love. But one thing, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe on our YouTube. It doesn't cost a thing. But hey, let's get on this subject. School is out. So what are you going to do to keep your children out of trouble?
Pray.
Well, other than praying, what natural physical thing you can do to keep your children out of trouble this summer?
How they say, get them a job. Get them something. I mean, send them to his daddy. Okay, my bad.
Why daddy can't be at home? Daddy probably there too. But look,
okay, then.
You said it. The number one thing I said, make them work, whether it's at home or a job. You got to give something constructive to do to keep them occupied and busy.
Buy them some more video games.
That's the thing, make them work. All these hedges you couldn't get to because you was tied between school all year, your job, you taking care of your household. Hey, kids out of school, they can do this. Let them water the plants, trim the hedges, clean up around the house, make sure no paper's out of place. Occupy their time. Other than giving them a fortnight and a control to run the game,
Because that's what I was just talking about doing, getting them a Fortnite game or so. Okay, no, I'm just saying.
Look, the people do things like that to keep the kids out their face. I think we need to keep them in our face. What you doing? What you talking about? Who you going to hang out with? Where y'all playing ball at? Because it was sad to say one time this year, there was a young man underage that was at a basketball court at a park, and he was killed. So you have to be careful where you allow your children to go. It's not like you could stop it, but I'm just saying you just have to be, aware of where they're going and their surroundings, what they're involved in, things like that. So they're out of school, so give you a time to bond and get closer to your children. We're trying to save our youth.
Gotcha.
Don't you think?
Gotcha.
So a lot of people think like, oh, school is out, no more homework, things like that. I don't have to check his homework and his or her homework and make sure they're attending school on time, things like that. But still, I recommend you still make them read a book at least once a week.
That ain't gonna happen.
You don't think so?
Nah. You'll do better getting one of them books on the what you call it on
the Kindle where it reads to you. Kindle. Well, even that.
I'm just saying. I'm just being honest. I mean, this technology where kids like read, like just looking at stuff. But I think when they out of school like this is the most trying time there is, because this is when you really gonna kind of know. This when kids get in trouble. When they have a lot of free time, they start hanging out with the wrong person. They start going to little parties, and then they start testing out, stuff with this high. This is the time when kids start smoking cigarettes, kids start drinking, kids start hanging with the wrong people. This is the time of the year that you need to be way more protective over your child than anything else. I would try to put them in a karate class, or some after school,
Some youth camp, upper bounds, things like that.
something where a person can monitor them. How a lot of trouble I didn't get into because I went to summer school even when I didn't have bad grades. I went to school the whole year.
Why?
My mama just put me in something. She
Okay.
made me take some extra classes for next year.
Mm-hmm.
So now I look back at it, and you think about the money that they, might have paid back then, and then you think about the trouble it kept your child out of, and the even if you got out at 12 or whatever every day, you still got somebody that had you from 7 to 12. That 5-6 hours
Mm-hmm.
in there, and I think you can't, back in the day when we came up, you couldn't go to the school smelling like smoke and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Now
They'll call you to the principal's office.
now I be actually watching kids put out cigarettes at the bus stop,
Yep.
blunts and all this at the bus stop before they go to school. And it just crazy to me because if you smelt like that, you couldn't even go to school or whatever like that.
You couldn't even get on the bus.
I don't understand how it's being able to, be done like that now.
Mm-hmm.
It's way different than it was before.
Rita Hopkins said, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
It's a whole new world. We just can't say just generation. They doing things that we didn't even try at their ages. And I'm sure probably people, before us probably said the same thing about us in our age range,
Yeah, I can agree. I think we don't even understand how the community, because kids back when we were growing up, they were scared to be caught with a cigarette at the bus stop.
Mm-hmm.
Kids now don't even care.
No.
They'll sit right there at the bus stop, throw the bus nine down. They probably tell you, "My mama know I smoke." They don't care.
The old saying I've been hearing a lot of people say, I'd rather my child to do it around me than try and sneak and do it. But does that make it okay?
Now, I'd rather for them not to do it at all.
At all, right. Saying I'd rather them do it around me. No, you're not going to be disrespecting me with that. No, that's not what I'm teaching you to do.
But I knew things was changing when I used to hear, when I was coming up, when I used to hear people saying, if you're going to do it, I want you to do it with me. Your first drink need to be with me. Or, I just think it was crazy, man.
Rita said, really is. They need some love. We got love back in the days.
Yeah. I think people care it more. I think we in a world that everybody in this mind your own business type thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I just think that's the problem with everybody just minding their own business. And then I'm gonna tell you another thing. It's not a community. People don't stay in the same neighborhood, the same street for 2-3 years. They move and they stay here, 6 months here. See that the children don't even know each other. You know,
Yep.
in some of these
They don't
neighborhoods,
get a chance to.
they don't know their parents. People don't even know their parents or nothing when they go. They just know it's a new child at the bus stop. You know what I'm saying?
Yep,
Yep.
that's true. And Rita is right. She said they are their kids' friends and not their parents. So
Right.
true.
Right. Right.
Unstable. Yeah, moving every 6 months, that's an unstable situation for your children.
Yeah.
They go to 6 or 7 schools in one school term. That's something.
Right.
Hey,
What's
Tasha.
what's up, Latasha in his house? Yeah, but yeah, I agree. I just think this new man your own business type movement. I think that's the worst thing that ever happened to us. You know, when you know that old mind your business, don't worry about my child. You know, we got into that era that like people are enemies up and down the street. People don't care if your child do this long, my child ain't hang with your child, this and that. But I mean, it's a little different. What's up, Kimberly in his house? What's wrong? What's wrong? You got a problem? Kimberly with her t-shirts and pillowcases and stuff. You okay? Something going on with you?
I was having technical issues.
Oh.
I think I'm back on now. I do apologize.
I didn't know what was going on. I thought you just went crazy for a minute.
I leave that part to you, sir.
You look like a little statue. You look.
Anyway, shush. What's up, Kimberly Belial? What's her name?
Blah.
Okay. She's in the house. Kim makes our t-shirts and pillowcases, things like that. There is her information. Check her out with Voluptuosity t-shirts and apparel. And then also shout out to Miss Wendy Friday. She donated make these earrings from Shondazzle. You can check her out, Wendy Friday, on Facebook and Instagram.
Oh, them some veterans earrings for real, ain't it? Yeah, they got red, white, and blue and most of them. Ah, yeah, I'm trying to keep up with everything, trying to keep up with the score and everything. Okay,
yes, they're about 10, isn't it?
They up by 13.
Okay.
Starting the fourth quarter. All y'all Celtics fan, I know y'all nervous out there. I know y'all nervous. But the Heat said they gonna wax that booty. They said y'all ain't gonna change history on us. We ain't the first one to lose a 3-0 lead. That'll be sad. I know they like, no, man.
Oh, I would hate that for Jimmy, for him to keep coming that close and to lose out like that. I don't want that to happen to that man again.
He don't want that. He don't want that.
Shout out to the basketball fans out there.
After you destroy them in the first 3 games, then let them come back and do you like that, you like, oh no.
Oh no.
So it is what it is.
Okay.
Keep up with the score at the same time. 79-66 going into the fourth quarter. Let's get it. Okay, back to the subject.
Another thing, don't just send your kids to their grandma's house. That's why they be going to grandma's house and get their first taste, piece, all that stuff.
Yeah, they go to grandma's house because grandma can't keep up with them.
Right.
You turn around and you be wondering what the world going on.
Mm-hmm.
Lord have mercy. Uh-oh. Summer jobs at Arby's in Clinton, Mississippi.
What's the age? What's the age, the youngest that they
That's
can
the age, because didn't it used to be like, and it's like
It
16
used to be
now?
16 or 17 back in the day, but I'm thinking like, is this, oh, it's 15 now. Okay. Hey, your 15-year-old children, hey, send them to Arby's in Clinton.
Mm.
She's hiring. Say you heard about it on Hood Talk for a Job.
Was 16 and up, she said.
50, no, I'm saying is the young, oh, she's saying it's 16 and up for Arby's. Okay. So what was the 15 for?
Probably.
When
Probably.
we were coming, I know when I was coming up, I
Oh,
think
she
it was
said.
16.
She said no. 15-year-olds. What that mean?
She said no 15-year-olds.
Oh, she must mean 15 and up. Oh, she said no 15-year-olds.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I get it now. I get it. Yeah, I had to what's the name?
That's what's the name.
Boy.
Okay, so we know we got jobs. Get them to work.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, what will you do if you had a child this day and age, Mr. Know-it-all, that was in the tween teenager era, out of school, just say a grade school child? What would you as a person do
Tell
to,
me his age.
let's say if you had a 12-year-old,
Karate.
karate,
Yeah,
that's it.
I took karate. I would put him in karate class.
So how many hours you think a day karate? If you place them in
Oh,
karate,
it wouldn't be but a couple hours. I mean, it'd probably be, because that's more after hours, so it probably wouldn't be but a couple hours a night. But see, reason I said karate
I'm
because
glad you're saying that. I was hoping.
karate teaches so much, the discipline, and it would teach you, the people that teach karate would teach them how to say no to stuff, and don't, it'll strengthen it strengthens your mind. Karate
Mhm.
strengthens your mind. A lot of stuff. See, I think I can't say football or basketball strengthens your mind, because it's plenty of kids that might, if you ain't drug testing, they'll still smoke some weed and play some basketball or play football or whatever. But karate is a whole different thing. It's a whole mental different thing. I've
Mhm.
never went to a karate class and even thought one of my people that was in karate class with me was smoking. I'm sure it happens, but we didn't see it. Now, yeah, these days, can it be different now? Yeah, sure. But when I came up, karate was the thing. If you put them in karate class, I mean, you would mold them into the right mind frame.
Mhm.
So karate for me, what would be your thing to put them in? If you had a youngster coming up, and I'm gonna give you a different age, I'm gonna give you what you gave me 12. I'm gonna give you 14.
14, I would do this. I would find a mentoring place, a place that mentors teenagers. Cause that's an early teenager, and there are so many places now for both men and women, well, boys and girls,
Can you
that
name a couple?
be the difference. Actually, there is one that I know of for teenage girls.
Mhm.
And this allowed them to talk about anything that they probably won't be able to talk about
Call it
with
out.
their parents.
You folks need to know. Call it out.
It's called Be the Difference. Be the
Okay.
Difference is the place. And they have adult entrepreneurs, people that have their heads together, to mentor young girls into being ladies, adequates, life roles,
Yeah,
making money.
what about the boys now? Because I don't like this
No,
one way thing.
no, there is another one, um, for
Mm-hmm.
boys.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the name of that place?
I'm looking. Uh,
Oh my goodness.
it's
I know
hard.
I know the guy's name. His name is Raphael. And what he does is the same thing, but he incorporate God with it, and, being involved in like church and studies and things like that. But they encourage the boys too on being better men, how to handle themselves as a man, and then a lot of them on not being so emotional. And that's what you have a lot of times, because some boys being raised by ladies tend to have emotional decisions or make emotional decisions because of their growth experience.
Mm.
So this plays, Peyton's House. Peyton's House. That's the name of it. And this guy, he mentor young men.
Is
And
that
both
that's
of these are in the city of
over there? Yeah, that's off Bailey.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah. Mhm. And they are growing, growing, growing till they have like a couple of facilities. Now it's not just one.
yeah. Happy Memorial Day to you too. Everybody need this day off. I think everybody needed this day to themselves. You know what I'm saying, and all that good stuff.
Yep.
Shouts out to my cousin, one of my cousins, and hurt himself riding the 4 wheeler. Hopefully he's doing better today and all that good stuff. I'm gonna have to check on him after we get out the show and all that good
Oh
stuff.
man. Hope your cousin's all right.
What's up, DD in his house?
Hello, hello. Hello, Angela. Hello, Dee Dee. Yeah, happy Memorial Day to you guys. Rest in peace to all the veterans that help us stay free in United States of America, that are
Yeah,
no longer with us.
old Boston, they can shut it down. They finna get their butt whooped tonight. So all y'all Boston fans, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's not looking good for you.
And just
Oh,
pray for
appreciate you.
healing and strength for your cousin.
Appreciate you, Angie. Appreciate you. He had a little boo boo, and he wasn't even driving fast. He ain't wild like me. Okay, my bad. See, I go so fast. When I fly off, I fly off. Then I learned how to tumble roll and stuff.
Oh,
Oh,
you a professional tumble roller.
yeah, I'm a stunt man. I'm a professional stunt man. When I feel like I'm coming out that thing, I just jump out. Okay.
That's what's wrong with you now. You probably bump your head in the midst of your tumble.
Yeah, I done jumped out my 4 wheel probably about 3 times.
Hmm.
Wonder I ain't tear that thing up, but yeah, about 3 times I jumped out there.
Why? Because it was about to fall?
Yeah, I ain't finna let it fall on top of me or nothing, man. Shoot, yeah,
Okay.
I was showing that one time, and I just, but it's all good. But you know how the thing you got to know when to hold on, know when to walk away, know when to jump. Uh-oh.
Okay. Edie says she has a question.
Mhm.
She said, my grandson is about to turn 6. What's a good sports for him? Because he's clinging to his mom a lot. My daughter, yes, dad is in the home, but works a lot. He needs more boy stuff. Well, what Mr. Know It All said, the karate.
Yeah.
They offer that for little boys, and they do teach them discipline.
And that's the perfect age. Like I don't know the exact age. I think I might have was I was young, but I'm trying to think. I might have was 10, 11 when I first got in karate. So I think but karate is the perfect thing. Karate. I'm trying to think um and like you said, a mentor, a big brother, big sister.
They offer that to at least five
And,
years old. You can start
yeah,
at 5.
yeah, and
But another thing too, a lot of people, parents, they don't let boys go outside and play. I heard a grandmother the other day, some boys, her little grandsons running outside. They about 9. They run outside and jump off the porch. You're like, stop that before you fall and hurt yourself.
well,
You could probably fall so they know not to do that no more. It's a learning experience. Let them be, vibrant to run it off, things like that.
I can feel them because I'm gonna tell you, man, we got to get better because I mean, just going outside when I see kids even playing in the streets, man, it's folks riding down the street 70, 80 mile per hour in 25 mile per hour zones. I mean, we got to get a hold of Jackson back on because I mean, people just running lights. I mean, they don't even care. I mean, back in the day, I mean, they need some folks chasing them down again. We need to. It, I ain't never seen so many people running lights like they do now. I mean, it don't even make sense. We need more undercover cops out of here. We need more jump out boys. We need all that because people getting carried away just slinging guns around, running lights. Um, because even with marked cars, people wouldn't be, coming up to a light if they don't see no blue and white, I mean, no police car, they just take on past. You know what I'm saying? And I think undercover cars and stuff like that stop that because people will be kind of nervous or what.
Cautious of their surroundings and won't be doing
I
all
don't think
that.
they got a. I don't think they got a care in the world. I mean, people act like they ain't got a care in the world.
I didn't read the other one.
Oh,
So,
go ahead.
so what was your answer for Diddy? You said a mentor in place for a grandson that's 6.
Yeah, that the boys and the boys club, big brother, big sister. I don't know. Is it big? It's just big brother. Is it big sister too? Big brother. It's
No,
just
just
big
big
brother.
brother. And then the 100 Men of Jackson, that's something else, isn't it?
Yeah, but I don't know what program they have. I really
What age requirement?
yeah, I haven't dived down deep. I know they used to have like swimming stuff. You can go up there to the place, and they used to have little swimming stuff. They used to have a little program that you used to come to, do the whole summer. You drop them
Mhm.
off and the whole summer, and I just think they got to have more schools opening up. I mean, and have more things at school to what's name because all this money we giving them, they need to do something.
Right. Angela said he was already protected by the divine favor. He's still here. He's an on-time God. So God protected your cousin, is what she was saying.
Yeah.
She said, that's what I'm putting my son in for the summer. Okay. Didi says she moved to Brandon for school district, which is working well. And
Mm-hmm.
after school care, if I suggest one, I wonder would it make the dad feel some type of way?
Nah,
No, about
no,
it.
because we all know everybody is such busy, busy, busy. So sometimes Pop ain't got time to like look around. He's so busy out there trying to make his little money and do his little thing. Sometimes he would probably love for somebody because my daddy didn't put me in karate. My mama put me in karate, so it wasn't that. You know what I'm saying? Like most of every sports men kind of get into, you know, they jump in there, and usually the mom the one started off, the mom the one that's going to the games and have
Mm,
type of time. The man is always, you know, most of the
working and busy.
time.
Angela said, I don't let my son go outside where I stay because they stay shooting and speeding up through here.
Yep.
But he has several gaming systems and computer basketball goals. I bought different books and movies to keep him entertained. That's why I'm moving. I'm buying a house at the end of the year and he will have a fenced in yard, but he doesn't miss nothing fun.
Mm.
Okay.
And that's how you have to be sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You it's not that you not letting them out because you know what I'm saying, but you not letting them out because these fools crazy. They running in people's yard, they running stop signs. I remember when I came up, you could play football half in the street, half in the yard, and all that. I can't see where a child can play in the middle of the street no more.
Mm-mm.
Days are
It,
just over in Jackson. I mean, you can go like, you know, that's what tripped me out when I go to other little neighborhoods and stuff, you know, outside of Jackson, and they have like little things out there telling you to slow down in this little area and all that old type of stuff, and don't speed, and 20 mile and 15 mile per hour. And in Jackson, man, if you probably put a sign out there telling people go slow, they probably run the sign over. You know, I mean, that's just how bad it is. You know what I'm saying? I
mhm.
be looking, and it's like it feel like a lost cause, but I feel like, you know, long as you keep on, I noticed they've been ramping up the last week or so because they know it's getting ready for summertime, so they know it's finna get, because once it get hot and it gets summertime, these kids get out of school, it's on and pop.
Yeah, it
They
is.
out of school, and all them jokers that was just flying around here driving. Oh, they driving all day now. You know what I'm saying?
But listen, just like yesterday, I'm sitting at the light and I'm looking in the mirror. I'm like, this person is not going to stop. And I'm bracing myself because I'm like, they are about to hit me.
Right.
And at that time, the young lady looked up. She had a phone in her hand. She looked up and she swerved, and her mirror caught my vehicle in the back. It's like, boom. I'm like, what the world? So she panicked and she went through the light. In my mind, like, do I follow this person or what? So I'm like, you seated behind them or whatever. So they pulled over and it's like, oh, I'm sorry, my mirror just caught it. I'm sorry, I was trying to read my GPS. I'm not even supposed to be over here.
Mm.
And I'm in my cousin's car from another state. And
Right.
I'm not supposed to be here. Please don't call the police. Because of course when they let the window down, you smell that new aroma that you smell throughout Jackson.
Not the aroma.
That new aroma. I'm like, oh my goodness. So I get out and check my stuff. I'm good. I didn't see any scratch or anything. Just probably knock some dirt off. But other than that, people don't easily, just like something just simple like that. You young, you're a teenager. It's your graduation. My cousin let me drive. I'm graduating and he let me ride in his car or whatever. But you have to be careful what you letting people get out here and do. These children, I think Forest Hill, I read in the news, Forest Hill High School had two students that were murdered that will not be graduating. They both were seniors. So I'm just saying it's so much that can happen in the cities or any area that can take your life or take your child's life where, they can be placed in harm's way easily. So you have to be cautious of protecting your children. You are their protector.
Right.
As I said, I have to protect him at all costs. These kids don't have no love or respect. They come to your house trying to bully your child about their stuff. And I tell my son he runs his own stuff and he doesn't have to do anything he doesn't want to. It's sad that these kids can't even get along most of the time. It be petty or have something grown folks got going.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
And that's sad because that is so true. I mean, the kids beefing like grown, like grown people. Right. Yeah, we might as well go ahead and dig a shovel for Boston because
Yeah, the game over with.
y'all is married. Shots out to Peter.
So how many points is it? 17 or what?
Shots out. It's 20-point lead with 3
Oh,
minutes.
it's 20. Well, see, I'm behind a little bit this way.
Yeah,
So I was just trying to see.
Here's a 20-point lead with 3 minutes left. Yeah, it's over. They got in that booty tonight. Yes, they did. Oh Lord, they just hit a no. It's 22 points. Okay, my bad. But yeah, I guess this that little man when you throw the little thing, the fishing rod.
Okay.
I almost got it. That's how Celtics fans feeling like they felt like, yeah, we guarantee.
And they at home, right? They're in Boston.
Yeah, and they whooped their booty in Boston. They tan that
They
booty.
probably said, "Thank you for letting me come to clean your floor."
They tan that booty up.
Oh, okay. It's up some more.
Yeah.
Yeah. CD said Heat Nation today, baby.
It's all they finally just took out all their starters. They done gave in.
Who, Boston?
Yep.
Oh,
They finally took them out. It's over.
mm.
So the Heat lives for another day. Butler, I'm glad to see old Butler, what's his name, get his chance to go against somebody other than LeBron in the finals. Even though I was hoping to be up there with him, but it is what it is. Long as, like I said, long as Boston don't make it there, I said, look, I had to do this again. Long as Boston don't make it there, I'm all right.
Okay.
They fought back, what's name, but it is what it is.
I don't think they're gonna make it this time.
Now they put that wham bam patah. And ain't got to worry about no throwing up no lucky shot tonight.
They clovers don't work no more, huh?
It's over.
They should all wore clover hats or something.
I seen when the boy came in the thing talking about anything is possible. The dude Tatum wore that shirt, and they actually think they were gonna win this thing. But see, that's the thing. You can actually think something in your mind, but reality is much different than what you really think.
Right.
Yeah. So it is what it is. So all you Boston fans that was talking crazy about the Lakers, y'all didn't make it. They've been talking all day. Oh, Boston gonna take it tonight and all that. Yeah, I'm so glad to see them. Gone. That part. And they beat them by 21. Nah. Okay, they got them in there, making sure they all order, grease up a little bit more. What else we got? Stay involved.
Stay involved in your children's lives.
Yeah, I think sometimes we sit back and we let them run their lives instead of guiding them, and we forget that the children need guidance. Is you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. We forget that part.
So. Yeah. We have to stay involved who they talk to on the phone, who they secretly speaking to, because they're like sex trafficking for both boys and girls. There are some real perverts out here. I've been involved in one of my community services of Salvation Army. And, they have a program where they are trying to, I don't know, help some guys and ladies, turn their lives around from drugs, alcohol, sexual desires, things like this that are offenders. And they have these programs, and just to listen to their different ways that they feel about children, young girls, their family. These things are so scary that people are actually out here. So you have to stay involved in your children's lives to know what they're involved in. They can easily be persuaded. Just like I have a niece. She's talking to a young person on the phone, and while she's talking to this person, I can tell that they are not a person of her era, because children these days, they talk in acronyms, TTYL, stuff like that. But this person talking a form like I would speak to somebody.
Yeah.
So after further investigation, me being me, grown man. So you have to be careful.
How grown? Like the 21, 22 type?
Grown like 32.
Whoa.
32 grown. Talking to these young girls like this, offering money and all the things that a 12-year-old will be excited to have. She's 12. Excited that what she would have in her life. You need your own phone. I'll get you your own phone. You want new clothes. I'll buy you new clothes. Things like this. So in a child's mind, I will be thinking like, why would this dude my age have this much money? Where he getting this money from?
He knew her age.
I'm not sure. Yeah. But she was sending him pictures. So he had to look and say, this little baby. So I'm just telling you, it's out. These people are out here sick. They're not thinking about the children. They just trying to get
out here sick. They've been out here sick.
They want to get what they want. This stuff is real.
It's more what's name, and I think what I'm gonna tell you another thing, which they need to stop. They need to stop all this. What's the
TikTok?
The thing with the ladies go on now. What we was talking about?
That page?
The other one, the legal one.
A legal thing.
So they be showing their pictures of their body and stuff like that on there.
I thought that was Backpage.
Dang.
They show their body on social media?
Yeah, it's a social media page. Remember we was on there talking about how them other people making so much money off that page.
I thought it was Backpage. What is it?
No, the girl Black China.
Black China, that's what I'm saying. That's what I thought it was.
Backpage. No, it wasn't Backpage. It's golly, I can't. OnlyFans. There it is.
OnlyFans. Oh, okay. I don't know. I don't go to it.
No, OnlyFans.
Okay, OnlyFans. So you can just be nude and stuff like that on OnlyFans?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's what a lot of even celebrities get on there and show their little body and have people subscribe to their page like $14 and some of them $5, $14, $14.99, $19.99, stuff like that.
Look at you, know the prices. Angela said, you have to talk to these kids and really listen to what they are saying because they have opinions and feelings. So true. Check phones, computers, and games because you have people who try to get them to stray away from your teaching. Never be too busy to notice what your kids are involved in, period. A mouthful. That is the problem with people. You get so caught up in what you got going on till you're not really noticing the change or how your child began to act or how they moving. You have to notice things when you're trying to keep secrets and they sneaking and talking late on the phone things. You have to check those things out.
Oh, I got to answer this once you read this one.
Okay. Didi said, what a cut of age. My son says I'm nosy. I do too much. He's grown.
I think she meant like, what is the cutoff age?
Okay, what is the cutoff age? My son, I'm nosy. He said I'm too nosy. He's 20. Let him do him. Guidance. I'm just scared every time he walk out the door. I ask him check in when in and out. When he is with who he's with, text me his moves. It was a problem, but now he's doing better with checking in more. He should. You know why? Just like this little 18-year-old, he was shot and killed and his vehicle burned. And I'm sure his mother never thought that her son was leaving home and that's where he would end up being.
Right. And,
everybody don't have trackers on their children.
And one thing about that, I think we got to realize, long as they in your household, there's nothing wrong with you keeping a certain kind of tabs on them. Once they grown, you ain't, like they told back in the day, you ain't grown till you got your own. So long as they in your household, you can, it ain't that you got to monitor every move, but it should be okay for you to be like, where you at? And able to tell you without you going into all the extra.
Yeah.
If I ask them where they at, and they be like, I'm grown. Hey, player, can you come get your clothes? Cause this ain't gonna work. You know what I'm saying? Like I that old school type way. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, as long as you under this house, you follow these rules. I understand it more and more. Later on down the line, when I used to think about, when I was out there in the streets and stuff, and mama wondering where I was. I mean, because it was a lot of dangerous stuff out there. You just don't be knowing though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you got to take care of your kids. If you don't take care of them, who will?
The streets.
Yeah, so you got to make sure you as long as they under your roof, I feel like you got to show them, basically you can run your life, you can have your little freedom, but when you get off work or whatever, and you ought to just tell me, hey, I'm stopping by somebody's house for a second.
And you should.
I'm doing this, I'm doing that,
Angela said, my son says, Mama, you be on my neck. I told him, you luckily I'm not on your ass. I told him when I stopped, then get word, because a lot of parents don't care. And most of the time they suffer the ultimate sacrifice, and that's burying their kids.
That's right.
That's so true.
And I understand it so much because, I can sit there and watch somebody watching their child going down a very slippery slope. They looking at their child, starting to carry guns, starting to smoke weed, starting to do other type of stuff, and you scared to regulate a person that's coming in your house. If
right.
I feel like they're gonna start smoking weed and carry guns, it ain't gonna be up in this house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I mean, once you get to that age where you carrying guns every day, and if you live in this type of lifestyle, And you don't need to be here.
That part.
If you scared like that, because see, even if you got a gun, I should never see it. It should be in your glove compartment
Right, or wherever.
or whatever. It shouldn't be nowhere where I'm seeing it on a constant. You grabbing it, and I just walk and I just see people. I'm talking about wherever you see them, you just see people. They just walking around with gun with extended clips hanging out the side.
Well, I feel like it's okay.
Yeah. And I just wouldn't even have a person like that. If a dude came to even pick up my child, you know what I'm saying? If a dude would date my daughter and he came to pick up my child and a gun hanging out of the pan, dude, let me tell you something. It's your last day ever coming to this house. Don't you ever come to this house. If she want to be with you, she gonna meet you
At her house.
or she gonna get out or whatever. Because I'm not even finna entertain that type of environment. You know what? If you feel like you got to come to her daddy house with a gun sticking out, if you got to take your gun out your car, you live in too much of a dangerous life for my child to even be around you or with you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So people don't even look at it like that. If somebody's sitting in front of my front yard rolling up blunts and smoking, nah, you ain't gonna be here. Nah. Mm-mm. So I mean, we just got to realize we got to have more morals of what we're gonna stand for, what we not gonna stand for.
And that's the end thing right there.
Yep.
You have to understand what morals or what you're gonna accept from your children. And then they're gonna make their decision. I'm gonna stay or I'm gonna go.
Right.
I don't condone, even if my child have a habit or doing things disrespectful, you're not gonna do it in my presence.
Right.
Like for me to accept it, it's not cool.
And I think that's the worst thing. I mean, when it come to even a cigarette, if my child, I can understand a child starting to smoke cigarettes if they started smoking at 18, 19, 20 or whatever, or something but me, if I got a child that's 15, 16, 17, and that motherfucker bold enough to come to my damn house and light up a cigarette in front of me, he gotta go.
Right.
You got to go.
I'm telling you, that be the parents that say, I'd rather him do it here or him or her do it around.
Guess what? And when it comes to a gun, that's the same thing.
Yeah.
If a joker walking around here and you 15, 16, 17, you got a gun on you, that's illegal. You got to go. You bringing something, it's illegal for you to have a gun. So you bringing some trials and tribulations on me, because if you get in trouble, who is the parent that's over you?
Right.
So
how were they able to get this and be in your house with it? So
Right.
just like going to the club with your children, would you say you would have gone or would have gone to the club with your mom or your daddy?
I've seen my dad in the club at an older age. But I was in my 30s the first time I ever seen, the inside of the club with my pop or something like that. But I still ain't never, even in the club, ain't never, drunk in front of my daddy. So
Right.
It's just something about it.
A level of respect.
And I think that's the problem now, is we feel like our children respect us, but your child don't respect you if your child is doing certain things in front of you.
Right.
They really don't respect you, or don't give two fucks about what you think. You know what I'm saying?
Sad, but it's so.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen young boys and they're like 14, 15, smoking, drinking in front of their mom. Now they do everything in front of their mom.
But you know what? But I think sometimes when it comes to that, is a tit for tat, because maybe sometimes they feel like the mama or the dad don't get no respect, because I done seen joker rolling right in front of their child, blowing smoke. I mean, you're in the same car, You got a child in there and you smoking. If you can't stop for a 5 minute drive, you can't stop smoking your
For
weed,
your child's sake.
right? For a 5 minute drive. Not even saying this, it's illegal too. You know what I'm saying? So if you can't stop smoking for a 5 minute drive, just take them here or take them there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you
You
know,
got a real issue.
yeah. And I think I think it's the same thing as this culture. I think our culture is kind of messed up because you know I kind of look around and I see ladies just just get on the live and just just smoke a blunt and talk. And I don't understand it because I'm like, if you just aren't gonna be on here, 2-3 minutes or whatever, do you really need that blunt? I can understand people that smoke their cigarettes and they gotta have a little cigarette or what, but do you really need it for that? See, that's where it come off to me is, what you really doing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like that is not being a good influence because what if it? Because even if you get on live and you got children, you don't want, as soon as your thing activate live, your children and everything, if they your face,
Everybody can see
they gonna see it and they gonna look at you a certain kind of way. So it's going on this you know, go ahead.
it. Didi said, wait, what? The father smoking with his sons? I don't like it. They get mad every time I see it. Yes, they are of age, but I disagree. Then he set a drink with my daughter only on special occasions. Not in my house. They got to get outside. What
Well,
do you think about the parents that allow underage children, significant other, to spend the
when she was saying they have AIDS or
no, I'm asking another question.
what?
And then I'm not even talking about drinking. I'm saying, what do you think of underage children, parents allowing their significant other, girlfriend or boyfriend, spend the night?
Oh no.
Right. See, that's something different. People doing that.
Guess what? That come from ladies allowing that. Men didn't allow no another man to see. I started seeing that even when I was coming up. When I was coming up, and I had um, you know um, a girlfriend, whatever, and when I was young, 18, 19, whatever, this and that, I didn't stay with um, uh, um, girls and their mamas and this and that. So I seen how mothers would allow another man to come, you know,
And
move
stay
in,
with their child.
yeah, stay with their child or whatever. And I guess I never, when you right there, you're not looking at it how it is, but you understand it because see, sometimes the dynamic is the mama and daughter feel like more like roommates than mother and daughter.
Yeah, like you treating your child like they're your friend.
You know,
Yeah.
so I didn't seen it, and then sometimes the daughter is the one that got the what you call it the that's the least in their name or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
Like, yeah, sometimes it's
But I'm just saying underage. Like you're saying 18, 19, that's almost an age where they probably can start trying to live on their own. But I'm saying like you're 17 and below. Why would you allow your child's boyfriend or girlfriend to come and stay at your house overnight? Just like some people like in country areas of Mississippi, just say for instance you have a boyfriend. You're not married, but you go to your family's house and your family they're like, "No, you're not sleeping together. You're not married." People do that, right? But some people just like, "Oh, it's okay. Y'all together." So, but I know some elderly people, they're not okay with it. Didi said, now my boys go to rooms with their ladies. I wasn't raised like that. Ain't nobody banging headboards but me. I take my boys to get checkups every 6 months.
And just like with that every 6 months checkup, I would have to probably tell them, hey, player, you need to be wearing condoms and protecting yourself. You don't need to be naked heading around here. I mean, a lot of them, that's how a lot of dudes get themselves caught up sometimes with the wrong woman if they out there having unprotected sex. And it's more like a friendly thing than them actually being boyfriend and girlfriend real serious. You know what I'm saying? Like some people can just start dating and 2 weeks, 3 weeks in, they already have naked head sex. You know what I'm saying?
Shoot, what you mean? First night. And then just think about the boys that's licking on the girls or the girls that's licking on the boys or the girls, all that licking stuff. You got to be careful what you put in your mouth. So I guess it's more to it than just, intercourse.
Yeah. Well, like I said, when I came up, I mean, a lot of this stuff wasn't in, and I think the culture, got it where it's crazy. It's kind of crazy because I remember, when I came up, the men didn't put their mouth on everybody like that, this and that. And, on the same side, I mean, it was particular. I don't think people jump, back and forth around like that. I just think when women started moving like men, I think it then threw a monkey wrench in the plan because women run around and talk about, oh yeah, I do just like a nigga. Of course. I mean, like it's hard for a woman to get some sex. Duh. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
But when we were talking about that before, on the statistic level of it's harder for men to get it than women, I was actually shocked. I was actually shocked that men get less. Because I feel like it's a lot of people out here that just give it away like it's some pancakes or something.
No, men.
But I didn't know it was so hard for guys to actually get it.
What it is what women don't understand is that 80-20% rule. It's the top 20% of men might be getting more than the rest. There's a lot of men that's 30, that's almost 30-year-old, ain't never had virgins. It's men ratting now in their 20, 25, and this and that ain't never touched a woman. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And it's not the same over there. Like you got to think about it. It's men out here that got 14, 15 kids. Some men out here got 300 kids.
Oof.
I read it was a dude that I think he in Chicago got 300 kids. Who has 300 kids?
Mr. Naked Head. That's his name. Angela said, I don't like it, but I'd rather for my son to bring her home because so many girls cry rape and they're setting these young men up to be robbed, and a lot of them lose their lives. They won't get mine that easy because we give it to him, uncut and raw, the do's and don'ts. Nothing to say.
I mean, I done seen it. I understand, and then when you watch it on TV, you know what I'm saying, like pretty. But see, what they doing is they not really setting up robbing these young dudes like that. It's the young dudes that get money. People just ain't robbing broke folks. You know what I'm saying?
No, of course not.
It's the young money getting jokers. That's why I say it's the 80%. 20% move. It's 20% of these young dudes that got these challenges and all this with rims on it and got their shoes and spreading they look.
And that's what I
They
hate,
fuck
just
Instagram.
exposing what you got going on social media. Rest in peace to one of my cousins, you know. I hate that. I hate that. But you can't always just say it's women. It be other people. They see what you got, you putting it out there. They want it. They want it. Didi said they have condoms, have their own. Have your own. Don't take hers.
Right.
Might put a hole in it. Look at it. If it smells like the sea, run. Turn lights on, them off. Turn lights on.
What's up, Rhonda in his house?
Hey, Rhonda. She said, yeah, I've been busy. I missed an hour.
Okay, it's all right.
It's okay. You can always go back and replay.
You gonna get on this thing and do. Okay, my bad. Just come on with it.
She probably was working. It is the holiday. I know a lot of people may be celebrating Memorial today, and some probably did it yesterday.
So
and then watching the game as well. Well, watch the game because it's over with. The Heats did their thing. Angela said exactly my point. She's watching how you move and what you got. So I tell him, whatever it is, come to me regardless. And that's good to have an open relationship where the boys feel like they can come to you about anything.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna tell you another thing. You know, people should the boys or the girls should be able to introduce whoever they finna leave with to the mom and daddy. So mom and dad can get their name and all this stuff. So when you do good out there, they thinking twice that, okay, I did meet the mama and I did give her my name and all this. So they know who I am. So if I do something ain't right, they know I was the last person he was with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I always think about Bad Boys when they had the boy in the room and they were like, hey, she better be home and Lim.
Oh, yeah. When they like counter on. People don't do that no more. They don't even question the boys that's taking their children to prom.
That part.
They just give them a whole ungirth attitude, just slack.
Because that's when when people start realizing that's what a lot of people getting pregnant at on prom night, that's when people start saying, hey, player, ain't no after 12 o'clock.
That's what my father told me. He was like, your heart is too good. You can't go to prom. I'm like, what? I'm a singer. I'm going. You're not going. I didn't do singing prom because my father had an issue. So he probably saved me, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, but I'm going to tell you, when I was growing up, I seen what went on at prom. You know what I'm saying? I seen what the dudes, like soon as they left the prom, they used to take people, it was all kind of places to go around lakes and under trees and certain little places to park at. I remember all them places that we used to go and somebody buy some beer and you go over there to this place and you have fun and you know what I'm saying? So I mean it was something else now.
Did you go to prom?
Yes, I did. I didn't have no date, but I went.
Oh, okay. And just said, I told him, your mom's not perfect. I've been involved in stuff and did shit. So I understand that there is no judgment. Just a shoulder to lean on and some advice that can and will save your life. That part.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, any final thoughts for you?
What else you got?
We went on through there.
Man, ain't no way. What you had? Four fights? Ain't no way. Let me see. Hmm. Where is it? Where- Oh, hold on. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, well, I just think, I think Miami just beat the Boston Celtics. No, I'm just. Let me stop. Let me stop. Let me stop. But um, I just think we have to do a better thing at dealing with the kids. You know, crazy tales. uh, I just think we got to do a better job with the kids because, like we always say, the kids are our future, but it ain't like we not showing them a good future because I feel like we too busy trying to cultivate them the wrong way. We trying to put red, green hair in their head. We trying to everything but trying to
Even
make
at a young age.
make them into good people. You know what I'm saying? We trying to
Mm,
make sure they got earrings, Jordans on, necklace on. We trying to give them some kind of life. Like they look like little Chucky around this thing. Um, we giving them something that we spoiling them and they not earning it. That's why like old boy talking about them participation trophies and all that. We're not building people to be leaders no more or winners. We beating it. We putting it out there. Everybody's a winner. Just because you came, you're a winner.
hmm
You're on the team. You're a winner. You know what I'm saying? And
Everybody gets an award because nobody needs to be offended. That's what they be doing.
but but people don't realize is it's not being offended. It's like a certain kind of grace. It's supposed to be where you
You
see how
earned it.
to climb the ladder.
Mhm.
Hard work pay off.
Yeah.
So that person that worked hard and did all that practicing and all this stuff, he can't enjoy his stuff because everybody got to get one.
hmm
Yeah.
Bro, we can all make difference if we join together. The village got us through. We need to rebuild that. If we don't understand for something, if we don't stand for something, you will fall for anything, and that's facts.
Right.
So true.
Yeah. And I
So
just
like, oh, go ahead.
No, I just think that's just so true, and I think the only way we're gonna get back to a village is we got to start back, um, building communities where we own some around and we got some skin in the game. Let's say, you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
So I think when people got a little skin in the game, um, how it is now, it wasn't society wasn't made to be a whole. Um, Town just about rented out. You know what I'm saying? When you look at Jackson now, it's a rent place. Everything is rent. I mean, you hardly ever see somebody that on every street you'll see once or twice a year somebody moving out, moving
Yeah.
somewhere else. You know what I'm saying?
And
It's
businesses too.
it's a revolving door, and business is shutting down. I'm scared. I was looking up. Look, I went down through Metro Sun and all this. I'm not Metro Sun. They've been dead. I mean North Park, and I'm starting to see all them stores are closing. All them stores that's around the
The
North Park.
outside where you can walk in.
Oh man, I mean, the only stores open, you got to go way out in Dogwood and places like that to go. Around Jackson is dying. Jackson and region is dying.
Yeah. I see they took the sign down of Cracker Barrel is gone in Jackson.
Cracker Barrel gone.
Gone.
Lube is gone.
Fuddruckers.
Food Depot gone.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, Food Depot gone.
I see them start trying to rebuild some parks a little bit, but I mean, it's on that too late. I mean, some parks look so bad right now.
The parks.
And then a lot of people just go there to roll up and stuff like that. I mean, they got to start back regulating parks.
Yeah, boy, they used to have time. Like, you remember where people used to hang out at Lake Hyco? Do you think they still do that?
Yeah, they still.
Like a holiday like today, like Lake Hyco will be filled with people.
Yeah, they still wasn't just at one time they were blocking out them gates and throwing roadblocks to get back out of that thing, so people stopped pulling in that thing at one time.
Oh.
Yeah.
Angela said exactly. We can pull together. Just about everyone has a connection. Let's pull these connections together and start to build brick by brick. We can do it. We can build different and tough. For real. But we got to be willing to get involved. I saw a park being built in a neighborhood where Medgar Evers house is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's like they have a what do you call it? Historian place right now. So in that area, I saw a new park being built over there.
Look, for people don't know, it's behind Club Anonymous.
And it's anonymously. Do they know what it is? The Dracula Club? Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay, that part. Old Killer Jays.
Bloodsuckers.
They know that one too, huh? Yep, but yeah.
Yeah. that's what I have. The only thing I need to say is when you're involved in your children's lives, prioritize connection. Meaning on every level, conversation. Connect with the children. Connect with the kids, even if they're not your children. Like in my instance, I have a lot of nieces and nephews. So I try to stay connected as much as I can, not feeling like I have to change who I am and get on their level and do the TikTok wiggles or whatever, just be on their level of conversation of just being connected. So we just have to prioritize connection with the children. Angela said we had Lake Hyco, Phil's Cafe, Smith Park, and several other places, but these kids don't have anything but rap music, guns, drugs, stolen cars, nothing that is going to elevate them. Yeah, that part. I remember at one time people used to go to Battlefield Park. Remember they used to cruise South Drive?
Yeah.
Even the Memorial Stadium?
Yeah. I think
any of those things anymore.
They still got it, they got the baseball field and stuff down there. They still go down South Drive for the baseball and they got football practice going on down through there too. And stuff like that. So I mean, it might take a while to get some positive stuff going, but we might get it back going. It just gonna take a minute. I think after we arrest 1,000 people, I think it'll get a little better.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, like it done got so bad that people, it's lawlessness. And once something gets so bad, it takes a drastic change to get it back rolling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So and how they say who are we had that this past week? Tina Turner and who else?
I know Tina Turner passed.
But that's all I got for you, and I guess we'll be waiting on my terrific show for tomorrow. And we
That good Petty Tuesday. Angela said, "You go in Battlefield now, you may not walk out. Everything going on in that part now: prostitution, drugs, and murders."
I don't know. It was going on like that when we
Really, murders too?
hey, prostitution was going on for
Well, I can
real.
believe the prostitution and drugs, but I didn't know nobody was getting killed.
The nannies, early nannies, nanny 1, nanny 2, nanny 3. You better do your research. It wasn't no joke over them. It wasn't no joke. I mean, but like I said, back then we had projects. We had Rebelwood, Maple Street Apartments. We had certain apartment complex which is super bad. You know what I'm saying? The apartments off behind the movie theater back there. We had White Rock.
Yeah.
We had so many. No, she said not too bad. I had the only reason I had to disagree because I was in Washington D.C. at that time, and I knew the area,
And everything didn't make the news.
Right, that part. Just like boy, they used to run the Paradise. Got accidentally killed in his own club. It's a lot of things.
How you get accidentally killed?
Somebody was playing with a gun in the front of the club.
On the outside?
In the inside of the club, playing with a gun, and then shot through the office and killed the dude that was sitting in the office.
Stop it.
So, yeah. Sevilla, Northwest Plaza, we knew how to move and who to chill with. Yeah, and that's the thing too. I think a little bit of loyalty was a little better back in the day. Even though it was a lot of gang banging here and there, you didn't have problems with your own gang too much. See, now the people that's killing you now is most times the own people that's in your gang or whatever. The closest people to you is the one knocking you out. Brothers killing brothers, sisters. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, because even back then it was like a village. Even when it was gang banging, it was like everybody, all the gang bangers raised the rest of the gang bangers. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you couldn't even fight back in the day without getting permission from another dude. You know what I'm saying? To fight each other. So I mean, it was way more different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it is what it is. So what you got? Yeah, you ready? Ain't no more questions for us. But okay. How they say? I guess it done made it to that time that you can't. How they say? Can't last all day.
Bye, Felicia.
Y'all fancy.
We gonna make sure tomorrow we're gonna have plenty of that good stuff. Read that while I'm getting
Let's
ready.
just say, yes, indeed. We fought and were together later that day. We didn't take hate to this level. We
Right.
watch how they move and try to do it ourselves.
Yeah. And people could fight each other. You had to fight each other. They wouldn't allow you to pick up a weapon. They
Mhm.
wouldn't allow you to run to your car. You'd be all kind of broads and stuff running in your car talking about getting a pistol. By the time you had got the pistol out the car, they'd be like, "No, bro, what the hell you doing, bro?" You know what I'm saying? So
Uh,
there was a lot of stuff that honor, like they said, honor amongst thieves and stuff like that.
yeah.
People moved different. People had a more conscious effort. But then I'm gonna tell you, it would at one time, once guns got out here, it did get bad. Because, I was out here when, people had noon chucks, switchblades and stuff like that.
Brass knuckles.
Yeah. So I done seen the whole evolve, to different type of thing. Once real guns came out here, it did get bad. But then they put a ban on guns back then, on them. You couldn't have these clips that people got now. You couldn't have a 30-round clip or
Yeah.
a round clip when we came up. You had to have something with 7 shots, 9 shots, something like that. And that's it. 16 at the most. Bad. Yeah.
Yeah. Now they giving you weapons. They partner ready to pop off. They going harder than the person arguing.
Yeah.
Like it's their battle.
Right. And that's probably the worst thing about it. Everybody's so emotional, and I think
Reacting on their feelings, and that's how people lose it.
and that's why I say all the time, when men sometimes be around the mama's too much and the mama's emotional, this and that. See, women are more live wired than men. So if a man hang around his mama too much, he gets very emotional quicker than a regular dude that probably hung around his daddy that tell him calm down and stuff like that.
Handle it different.
Right. So I think a lot of people just don't know how to handle certain cases.
Yeah.
So how you say? I know you ready to get what?
Listen, Linda. Listen.
Okay.
Please. I don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh? Yes.
Look at you.
Got him! Got him!
And we will see you back here tomorrow night to get it started once again. And peace in the Middle East. And we'll see y'all tomorrow.
He cold. She belongs to the streets.
See y'all later.
Good
And
night,
they say,
everybody.
see y'all tomorrow. There it is. What that last comment?
A lot of women act out in public because they're getting an ass whipped in private. Uh-oh.
And with that comment, we will see y'all tomorrow. See you later, Miss Angie. We'll see y'all tomorrow. All that good stuff. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Have a nice and gracious night. Get you some good rest because we're going to rock tomorrow night. Peace.
Good
We
night.